Hello friends, and welcome to another sketchbook tour. It's been a long time since my last one because I am very slow when it comes to these things. This is a Strathmore mixed media sketchbook. It's their smaller one, and yeah, so this was meant to be an all practice one. I didn't want to do anything super serial in it, but let's get started. So in the beginning of my sketchbooks, usually I like to do the start and finish dates, but didn't do that in this one. But I also always do goals, so things that I want to achieve with this sketchbook. Anatomy improvement, especially getting better at drawing males. Playing with gouache in this book. Improving at animal portraits, and get back into comic art, getting my confidence back. So these are just little goals that I like to do in a sketchbook. I feel like I achieved a few of these, especially the gouache and animal portraits. But let's get through this. So my first pages. This was my initial sketch for my new business card that's got a little tiny cartoony picture of me with my shaved head, which was new at the time. I started this sketchbook in November of last year, so I'd cut off about 16 inches of my hair and shaved about half of it off. So this was my new little cartoony self-portrait design, and this was probably just doodles that I did. Yeah. I was also watching a lot of Hilda, so I drew a troll from Hilda. And this is the little Nissa, which is like a little a gnome in Norwegian folklore. And a troll. And he's adorable. And I love him. This was, oh gosh, I don't know. I know I was sitting at a local coffee shop with my friend Becca. We were doing a little art morning, and I never know what to draw. So I decided to just practice a narwhal-like mermaid. And try and do a different face design than I usually do. This was done the day that Mr. Stan Lee passed away. And here's a little colored pencil sketch I did of him too. This was one of my first, let's see here, Spidey gouache number 4 attempt. This was my 4th attempt to actually practice gouache. So in here I have like a couple of different attempts with it. So this was number 4. I jump around in my sketchbooks a lot. I'm not very good at going in order. This was a speed paint video that I did of a bunch of kitties. So this is Audra Claire's cat. I think this was Nimbus. This is my friend Stephanie's kitty, Miss Kitty, who I have very fond memories and scars on my feet from. Oh my gosh, what is this cat's name? I absolutely love him and adore him, and I follow his account on Instagram because he makes my life. Look at that face. Love him. I'll try and think of the name. I'll probably remember it halfway through the sketchbook tour, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, that's what it was. I want to say it starts with an M. And this is my bagel cat Sif, who is currently behind me, laying on my bed, right in my spot, curled up as a bagel. First gouache painting. It's awful. Yeah. This was me trying to figure out how to use gouache. I struggled with it so much because I was trying so hard to use it as a watercolor. And I think that's where I went wrong. But look at this picture. Imprint it into your mind. Remember this for later. And you can see, because I see it, how much I've improved from this to what I'm doing now. So these were some little sketches I did. This was a girl at the coffee shop that was there on a date and was talking to an older gentleman too, and I just drew her. This is me trying to practice anatomy. I sketched this out, and I said that I was too proud of this to ever paint or color. I lied, because I ended up painting it. I still like it. I'm proud of the face. Still very proud of the face. I think I found it on Pinterest or something. Another speed paint that I did, video of the mystery watercolor set that I got from my sister for Christmas. So here's the little owl in here. Here is Sofika Chan's Draw This in Your Style. This is one of the two that she did. Note, I enjoyed sketching this most. I'm proud of the lower body and the face. I think this was my whole turning point for practicing anatomy. Was after I did this, I went on to the Crocus Cafe, which is anatomy studies on YouTube. There's nudity, just to warn you, because it's nude models. And it was after I saw this, after I did this, I was like, screw it, I'm gonna practice anatomy. And I practiced the crap out of it, and I'm still doing it. This was her other Draw This in Your Style, I believe. I think so. Yeah, this was her other Draw This in Your Style that I did, that I really, really enjoyed doing. And I'm pretty proud of how I did the posture and the pose and everything. This is Oko Island Draw This in Your Style of his ridiculously adorable grumpy cat thingy. I did this with that mystery watercolor paint set. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I love it. Lunar Jokesters, Draw This in Your Style. This was the first sketch of my son's spider sona. When Into the Spider-Verse came out, I took him to go see it, and then decided to design his little spider sona. Yep. Also, I think this is like the only male anatomy study that I attempted to do throughout this whole book. Counting it, even though it's a kid. Here's a bunch of random shapes I made with watercolor, and then decided to draw stuff out of them. So that's supposed to be the Woodman from Hilda. That's a capybara, bird, skull, camel, corgi butt, dinosaur, ocarina, anteater, dinosaur or dragon, a hook, and a flamingo. I tried using two colors that I don't usually use. It's ultramarine blue and some kind of a orange or yellow color. So this was a random prompt thing. I'd asked some people for two random words, and my mom said sock and cherry. So I came up with this little design of a little cherry wearing a sock scarf and some socks to keep warm, because, you know, I tried to make it a cool, kind of chilly scene with a little cherry that wants to stay warm. So these are me attempting to do gouache. And did I skip a page? I feel like maybe I skipped a page. Nope. Okay. Oh, I bet I see. Yeah, okay, that's the next one. So these were me coloring with gouache. My son actually drew the Diglett and the Poliwag here, and I drew the other ones, and then I painted them all with gouache. So this was after several more attempts, which you'll see on my next page, of practicing, and was inspired by my friend Becca's Bulbasaur we did for an art trade. I drew her a Flaffy, I believe, painted her a Flaffy, and she painted me a little gouache Bulbasaur. So I was inspired and decided to do some Pokemon. These are gouaches that I had. Winsor and Newton ones that I had bought, and was checking the color of them and everything, because again, I was still trying heavily to use it as a watercolor, which took me a while to realize I shouldn't do that. Okay, this was my second attempt with gouache, doing a space scene. I said it wasn't that bad. This is an ocean. What even is that? What even is this? I posted this on Instagram with another picture that I did as a gouache study to show you, hey, this is one of my first gouache ones that I did. Look at how wonderfully hideous it is. And then here's what I'm doing now to show you. Practice. But yeah. Here's some gouache figs that I did. Here is another kind of gouache study that I tried to do, which isn't so bad. It isn't so bad. Not as bad as, that. Another draw this in your style for the animated life. I thought she was cute, so I did it. Another draw this in your style. I did a lot of draw this in your style for quite a while on here. So this is X Rainey's draw this in your style. I loved this character. I thought she was so cute, and I found her on YouTube doing another design, and it inspired me to practice anatomy. So I'm pretty proud of this in like every single way compared to a lot of stuff that I've done. So these are the beginnings of my cup of Keat. So these are the initial like test drawings that I did, minus this little fat ball of adorable. I just loved him. And there's the final design, which is now a sticker. You can find it on my Etsy, which there is a link in the description that you can find this cute little cup of Keat sticker in 2 different sizes. And then I went on to start doing macaws, like immediately. And oh my gosh, did I hate every single macaw that I tried to do. And I tried to do a lot. Like, I was doing a lot. And finally, my mom, who's a bit of a bird lady, she saw that I was struggling. She knew I was struggling, and she told me what I was missing. And you can see me trying to put it in here, which is why it's starting to get better. I was missing little tiny pin feathers there. Because here's the final design for my cup of coffee. Bird puns. Yeah. And here is a little lemon dude that I drew, who I turned into a pin. Tried to turn into a pin. I've got like one good one that I've kept that I wear. Other than that, not a big fan of them at all. It makes me so sad. But I did also put his little design on a reusable canvas bag that I use. So here's another little one. Another one that I did and then tried to paint over because I was still trying to figure out gouache. Here's some random pen face studies that I did. Super weird eyes. I feel awkward doing a mid hairline. I do. It's gotta be off-centered. I do like the way this one turned out. No comment. And then I was hanging out with my friend Tara at another little coffee draw day morning thing, and we decided to do little, oh gosh, what are they called? Timed sketches of animals. So we've got a cat, horse, bird, lion. I'm telling you, I made mine super derpy. Bear, dog, cow with a tongue, a kitten, some elephants. What? German Shepherd, that's what that was. Another dog, another cat, a bird wing over here, mama horse, baby horse, fish with a top hat, and a nose ring, and a guinea pig. My guinea pig is the best one out of them all. Love him. Me playing with gouache again, trying to paint a beet. The sketch of a beet I was going to paint. Me trying to play with it again. And again, I keep using it as watercolors, like throughout this whole thing. And I was also suffering art block. So you could see, ugh, this block needs to die. Because nothing I was doing was good. Everything was frustrating me. I just couldn't get anything down that I liked on paper. So I tried doing a redraw. And so this is a painting that I did, the original painting I did, I think, in like high school. So, when dinosaurs roamed. And then this was a redo of it, that I did earlier this year. And I'm super proud of it. seeing them like next to each other, I feel like I've improved. And I wasn't even really trying. I was just trying to get past my block. So this is another one that I'm probably going to end up redoing a little further on, because I just like the way that it turned out. Me again, trying to practice with gouache. She's not that bad though. I like her. She turned out pretty good. Trying to do rooms, painting rooms and such. Watercolor studies I did with my son. Him and I were chilling out at the kitchen table doing a little art session, and he said he wanted me to draw or paint mountains and forest. So I painted mountains in a forest form. And then I did a little streetscape, and this was the start of my streetscapes that I've started doing. These I actually just did the other day, not too long ago. It was a blank page. I had something sketched out on it, but said, I'll never get around to that, so I'll just do these. So my son's been taking ice skating lessons, and this is him skating around. Here's the ice rink from the view that I was at. At the time, he was somewhere over here. By the time I finished, he was like way over here. He was just cruising around. This was me practicing nests, bird nests, for a commission that I did for the Bird Nest Cafe, which sells handmade jewelry. So they've got adorable jewelry too. So you should look them up, check them out. But they commissioned me to do a bird nest for, obviously their name, Bird Nest Cafe. So I was practicing because I haven't drawn bird nests in years before doing the initial painting. Look at this precious little Wooloo baby. Oh, Wooloo, you're so precious. I'm pretty sure every single artist relates to Wooloo because of its, dislike of confrontation and tough situations, and just rolls away. Da 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 da, Peter Squill. This is the start of World Watercolor Month. So you can see this was actually done recently, this month. The prompt for this one was primary colors. So blue, red, yellow, and I just used those colors. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that one. This was our trip to Massachusetts. In June, we went to Massachusetts and Florida. These were little things that I drew while we were there. Here's our plane ticket from Denver to Boston. And here's a little hermit crab that my son held a million times. Every hermit crab, because Boston, Massachusetts, along like the Cape and everything, they have tons of hermit crabs. I've never seen so many hermit crabs. Oh my gosh. And every single one that he saw, that he found, he would pick it up. It was awesome. So this is his little buddy, the hermit crab. I had to draw him too. Tokoyami. I started watching My Hero Academia, and this bird dude is my favorite. I love him. He is the best, and I love Dark Shadow. It is adorable. Here's a bunch of sketches I did while I was at a coffee shop with my sons, up until the youngest one decided he didn't like it anymore. Then we went home. But, Tokoyami, Dark Shadow. And then I painted this one. And I was trying to do inks with this. So I was trying to ink it using a pen and little quill thing. Focus. Yeah, so that's what I inked this with. But the ink that I used obviously wasn't meant for it. It kind of faded in with the watercolors. So, but it was still a fun experiment to do, and I'm pretty proud of this. All right, more prompts. Sunny sky. Picnic food. Family fun. We go to farmers markets, adventures, hiking, camping, disc golf, sushi, coffee, and video games. And this was Dennisport, Massachusetts. It was beautiful. And this is an open face sandwich. Or, the Norwegian thing. We love it. Don't remember what this prompt was. Probably flowers or something. Nature. I don't know. Probably flowers. Alright. Window view. plain window, so that was looking down, so you can see like the night sky, and then earth and all the clouds that were below us. Shiny things, I painted a magpie with gouache. Gouache. Also gouache, but let's not talk about that. But yeah, so see, I'm starting to get better with it, which is what one of my goals was to practice. And I even painted an animal. I can do more than, landscapes with gouache. What was this one? This was shadow play and sunset? I can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. I started combining them at one point. This is, blossoming and glassy that I did. Cute little painting for. This one was sea creatures, and I started to draw a whale shark, but I was not a fan of this one at all. So instead I did the coffee cup, because it was simple pleasures and sea creatures. So I did the little painting of the coffee cup with the little whale swimming through it, which was sold. My sister purchased it, and yeah. This one was monochromatic and furry things. So I asked my Instagram friends for animals, random animals, suggest random animals. Wombat, this little square poo, kiwi birds, a panda, and an ermine. Got a lot more suggestions, and I ended up painting a picture of a silky hen, which was one of the suggestions. Like, a lot of people suggested a silky hen. Nobody else repeated any other animal but silky hen. I think it was like 4 or 5 people said silky hen, so I did that as well. This one, the thing I don't like about this is the fact that paintings from one side of the page get rubbed off onto the other side. So yeah, this one was music and oh gosh, I think it was like things that make us happy. So I drew / painted a viola, because I play viola, love music. Music is a huge part of my life. And then just put down like big blobs of color to turn them into things. That's actually how the viola came about. So yeah. Then we had a prompt for clouds and splashes of color. This is supposed to be a cloud. Wasn't feeling it. And little raccoon that you can just barely see there. Yeah. So didn't count it. Instead I did this. Clouds and splashes of color. So this was my last speed paint that I did that you can check out. We're getting to the end, guys. Shades of pink and treats. So some pink macarons. I watched Detective Pikachu, and that movie was way too good for its own good. Like, it was amazing. It shouldn't have been as amazing as it was, because it was Ryan Reynolds voicing Pikachu. But separately, they're two amazing things. You put them together and you think, well, that's gonna be kind of lame. No, guys. If you haven't seen Detective Pikachu, you need to see Detective Pikachu, because it was brilliant. Yeah. Anyways, natural wonders. Thor's well. Getting better. And this is a peach, not a butt. I mean, peaches kind of have butts, but this is a peach. This was another one. So we've got natural wonders and fruit. I didn't combine these two like I was doing. And then to the last page, which was kind of my I need to finish the sketchbook, so I'm just going to fill it page. Raccoon and squirrel were two other furry animal suggestions that I got. So raccoon and squirrel. And then I just filled it with plants and such, because again, I wanted to fill the sketchbook and get it done, because I was so close. So close. And now it's finished. So that is it. My one complaint about this sketchbook, you can see all the marks. So it's a soft cover. So it's got the super soft cover, but look, like this thing gets imprinted all the time. So it's got all these little marks from like being in my backpack or me grabbing it. I don't even know what these squares are. I mean, this thing is like so dented and such. For a while, you can see these double marks right here. Sorry for the light. Binder clips. you know, I would have a binder clip holding it down to keep it down, and the binder clips would leave indents on it. So I stopped doing that and would just pinch it to like the pages, you know, like that. So yeah, that's my only complaint about this. Other than that, this is this mixed media sketchbook is a million times better than their just plain mixed media paper. So would get the sketchbook again. It was fun. Thanks for joining me for my sketchbook tour. I am all done with this one, which means it's on to the next, and I'm super excited about that one. Yeah, I'm trying to debate if I want to do a how do I start a sketchbook, because I know that that's a struggle for quite a few people, or just jump in there. I might do both. I'm probably going to do both. I think we just decided I'm going to do both. So anyways, thank you guys so much for coming in, going through my little adventure and seeing, you know, some improvement from abomination to, hey, it's not that bad. I mean, look at that. It actually kind of looks like something, you know, versus anyways, I won't torture you guys anymore. I will see you all in my next video. So bye, thank you, have a rockin' day.